What's up, Leo? This is your month ahead reading. So if you are a Leo, sun, moon, or rising, this is for you. And also be sure to check out your other big 3 placements. The videos should be posted on my page, so go check that out. Let's go tap in. Let's go look at the current vibes for you, Leo, going into the month of May, and then we'll go see what's up in the month of May. What types of lessons, what types of themes are you going to see? That sort of thing. Let's go take a look. So, what are the Leos dealing with right now? You guys might be struggling a little bit in the finance department, or perhaps you feel like you have a lack of security at this time. You feel like maybe money isn't coming in, or perhaps you guys have been spending a bit of money. I know summer's around the corner. Maybe you're planning some trips, that sort of thing. It's feeling like it's not flowing the way that you want it to, and I feel like there's a little bit of frustration within the money department. This could also just be security in general, stability. You just kind of feel like things aren't falling into place enough. It's a very heavy energy, for sure. We have the Ace of Pentacles in reverse, the 10 of Pentacles in reverse, as well as the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse, right? On the later side, I do love the Wheel of Fortune. I have always loved the Wheel of Fortune enough to get it tatted on me. I believe that the Wheel of Fortune is a beautiful message, whichever way it presents itself. Even though it's in reverse, and you can definitely say that perhaps you have a bit of bad luck right now, it's a wheel. What do wheels do? They turn, so your luck will change. We'll see if it changes within the month of May. It may take some time, because when it comes to stability, that takes like a lot of I'm hearing like it builds, right? And we know that when it comes to saving your money, for example, perhaps there's some wounds that we have with saving our money that you guys need to be mindful moving forwards, not only in the month of May, just moving forwards, that sort of thing. There could be something as well, like a message of maybe you guys have left a job recently. So now you're just kind of a bit confused right now, like what is next? What does this mean for me? That sort of thing. We also got Gemini and Pisces energy, so this could be, if this is your other 2 signs, that's an additional confirmation. Maybe you have Pisces placements, but maybe you have Gemini placements, that sort of thing. I feel like there's something about, like, once again, kind of not sure what's next, what's to come, but there's something about, like, needing to sharpen your intuition a bit more strong, like, what's the word? You need to, like, sharpen your intuition, essentially. There's a message here about, like, the major decision that you made. I feel like there's something that you are not seeing. Like, what is happening is going to result in some major change, or perhaps you've undergone some major change and you still don't know what it means. This might have been something very unexpected for you, where it's like kind of out of nowhere. Perhaps you got let go just out of nowhere, like laid off, that sort of thing. Or perhaps there's been like some sort of job change. You have to leave your housing, just something very unexpected. Maybe there's something like in terms of your car broke down, right? So now you have to invest some money here, and that's just unexpected. It's a little bit frustrating. All in all, this just kind of feels like it feels like an unfortunate event right now, but it is a part of something bigger, right? And I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. I feel like you are going to understand it soon enough. There is work happening in the background, right? So it might feel really heavily. It might feel very heavy at this time. It's very important, though, that you remain strong, right? There is the energy of needing to have strength, right? You guys are Leos, having the strength to keep on stepping forwards, knowing that things are going to fall in place, that you will be okay, right? That is the underlying energy. You will be okay. So let's go take a look at what's going to happen in the month of May, because right now it's up in the air. It's like, what is going on? What is happening? Like, I don't know what this means. I'm a little stressed out. It's in the works. It's in the works. Let's go see what's happening in the month of May. We'll get one more shuffle. What is happening for our Leos in the month of May? There is that energy of needing to stand strong despite what is occurring, despite the hardship that you are dealing with. You can say that you have met failure, and I know it's hard to admit that, but you can learn from your failure. Okay? You can learn from your failure. I know it's hard to want to it's hard to express that, especially if our ego tells us like why should I say that I've done wrong? Like, I just need to fix it. But there's some things that you can't fix right away. Sometimes it's admitting that you made a mistake, right? If this was in your power, especially for some of you, this is bad spending habits, and perhaps, you know, you can't foresee what's going to happen. You can't fully foresee what's going to happen. You can't control your life in every single aspect and understand like how to avoid things. But I feel like there's this energy, like you could have gone about this a little bit differently. And yes, it's unfortunate what has happened, right? For some of you, like, that message might not necessarily apply if it's something out of your control, right? But at the end of the day, rejection is redirection. If it's something out of your control, there's something better meant for you. If you've been like manifesting, oh, you want a higher paying job, for example, right? But you haven't been applying for jobs, sometimes the universe will almost try to push us, saying like, okay, more issues at work, like trying to nudge you, saying, okay, leave your job, like, or look for more jobs, that sort of thing. That's what it kind of feels like. And sometimes it ends up being a ripping the band-aid moment. Sometimes it's not as, like, it's not that deep. Sometimes we get the memo beforehand, but perhaps you guys were maybe stuck in a situation where it's like it had to be a forceful message. It had to be like a full force, like this is crazy. Like, what do I do now, right? There is an aspect, like I said, that this is a piece to a bigger situation. I do feel like things are going to fall in place. You might not understand it yet, but in the month of May, you have to still stand up for yourself. Still, like, yes, you can admit defeat. But through admitting defeat, don't let it keep you on the ground for too long. Listen, you are down on the ground, you pick yourself back up. You pick yourself back up, and you keep working hard. Right? Even if it doesn't make sense, even if you don't know what you're working for, right? You don't see the results you want to see, doesn't mean you stop, right? For those of you who have been manifesting this, let's say you've been manifesting more money, more opportunities, try not to stress too much because it's not evolving the way that you expect it to. I do firmly believe that this is manifesting in such a beautiful way. Because look at this energy. 7 of Pentacles, 9 of Cups. Right? Look at that energy. Look at it. Right? Some beautiful energy we have here. 7 of Pentacles and the 9 of Cups. This talks about the hard work paying off, and you are going to feel good about it. Right? You look at you look at all the work that you've put in, and it all makes sense now. And you are standing strongly. You are standing confidently. There is something about the 9 of Cups that always reminds me of Leo energy. It always reminds me of Leo energy because it's lucky. And for those of you who have like Leo in Jupiter, that's what it reminds me. Because Pisces is Jupiter energy, right? That's what it reminds me of. Your wishes are coming true. Don't lose focus. Keep going. Yes, you're knocked on the ground. Get back up. Get back up, okay? What else do you have to say for the Leos? Any last minute messages? Oh my god. You're gonna keep doubting yourself, but I feel like what's important is perhaps leaning on your community, or perhaps like that foundation that you're building right now. Because we have the 4 of Wands. 4 of Wands highlights, you know, it can highlight community. It can highlight those close to you, those people that you would celebrate your wins with. Perhaps seeking out these true people. If you're having a hard time, look for support. You don't have to deal with this alone. If you need help, ask for help. It's okay. You don't have to do everything yourself, okay? And, you know, being vulnerable is something that's scary at the end of the day, but I feel like there's something about needing to have a different perspective and willing to listen to a different perspective. If someone tells you that you're doing wrong, you can take it personally. Of course, you can take it personally, but I feel like this is an energy of, if someone's told you that you're wrong, take it in and understand and reflect about it. Obviously, like, be mindful who's telling you you're doing wrong. If it's someone that you would take advice from, especially listen to it, because it's like, if you reflect on that and moving forwards from that, I do truly feel like this is it's almost like a rewiring, like, where it's like to be understood, right? Someone like, and I feel like it's not necessarily like you messed up. It's saying like, yes, maybe you should have been smarter, but I'm here for you. That sort of vibe. And I feel like that's scary, to be told that you're wrong. It's scary, but try not to take it personally, because I feel like there's something about needing more self-awareness. You have gotten to this point. What can you do differently? What can you do differently moving forward? You have messed up, perhaps, right? Or perhaps there's something that's, like I said, it could be out of your control, right? For some of you, you messed up. For others of you, it's something out of your control. But I feel like that perspective, perhaps some people are giving you advice that you feel like, maybe, for example, you're out of a job, someone's trying to offer you a job that you feel like you're better than, right? Well, consider the option. Are you going to be able to pay your bills without work? Or can you deal with it if it's only temporary? I think there's an energy about that you guys have to consider. And also face, like, what is the lesson here in general? What has happened here in general? There's a bit of a hesitancy here, and there's also a lot of doubt that you guys need to work through. A lot of doubt that you need to work through. But I feel like as soon as you work through this doubt, you're going to see progress. You're going to see, through the Seven of Pentacles and Nine of Cups energy, you are going to see progress, and you're going to have a lot that you need to be grateful for. And I think you need to reflect on that instead of just taking it in and rolling with it. Like, let's reflect. Where did you just come from? Where have you come from your entire life? What lessons have you learned through whatever this is? Whatever this is about, whether it's security, whether it's about money, whether it's about what? How far have you come, and how far can you keep on going is another thing I'm hearing, right? Because I feel like you can make progress. Like, you are going to start seeing progress in the month of May, but I think that it's really gonna start picking up the more you keep pushing forward and the more you show gratitude to, is what I'm hearing. And also just that reflection, constant reflection, because sometimes you can get so caught up in the buzz about what's happening. You look at the numbers and you're like, oh my god, the numbers are so good. But let's come back down to earth a little bit, right? Every single time you succeed, I think a good rule of thumb, just when things start to fall in place, is every time you succeed, reflect. I think that's always a good rule of thumb. I'm going to go into some Spirit Animal Wisdom Oracle. This is the deck by Katie Jane Wright, illustrated by Nikki Strange. I'm going to go into this deck. Oops. Sorry, my screen went off. Let's go take a look. Some advice for the Leos for the month of May. Please and thank you, Spirit. The Sea Turtle. The Sea Turtle says conservation. Make conscious choices. Alright, this could be that energy, you know, reflecting on where you have come from. Let's go see where this is. The Sea Turtle. Number 57. Number 5 and 7 or 57 might be relevant to you guys. Let me read this out to you. The element is water. Make conscious choices. The sea turtle brings energies that support Mother Earth and keep her in balance. She lives a long life and can endure many changes, holding so much ancient earth wisdom and patience to impart to you if you choose to listen to her. The sea turtle brings deeply feminine energy that helps nurture and be at peace with our path and our choices. All she asks is that we be mindful of how our choices impact the environment and how our relationship with Mother Earth. She asks that you consider this planet in your path going forwards. Lay the foundations for change, slow down, and think about your actions before you act. Right? Perhaps this is, we talked about maybe you've been met with failure. Maybe you need to do some more reflection. Right? Do you have a foundation in your life? Do you have the foundation for change? Change is hard, but also learning to accept change could also be a message. There's this energy of slowing down and thinking, like, yes, maybe things aren't going according to plan, but I feel like this is a perfect time to reflect, right? This is a perfect time to reflect. So, lay the foundations for change, slow down, and think about your actions before you act. That is the big message. And your crystal companions are picrolite, fire and ice quartz, and aragonite. So, that is your message, and I will leave that there. So, please let me know if that resonated, Leos. Be sure to check out the other videos for your placements as well. Please let me know in the comments if that resonated, and be sure to like and subscribe, and I hope to see you in the next video. Best of luck.